It's cool, man. I'm back at y'all with another video. And this is based off of semen retention and haters. Man, on this journey, you're going to get a lot of haters. Especially, like, it's going to come from mainly guys. Because if you tell, like, say if you tell your friend that you on semen retention, right? And then he be like, what that is? And then you explain to him, he gonna laugh at you, be like, you ain't getting none, ha ha, or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? But he's only doing that because he can't do it. And he's only doing that to discourage you. And he's only doing that because he doesn't really fully understand how the body, like how it changes the whole body and form it and make it better so you can reach your higher self as a man. See, you're going to get a lot of haters because, especially from guys, because a lot of times they see it as like, oh, if you're not getting on, then, oh, you must be, you know, funny or sweet, you know. And that's not even the case. See, these haters, they gonna say all type of things at you. They gonna try to throw everything at you. Because you're gonna be wise enough and have the knowledge, to try to warn other guys about it. You're gonna try to put them on game. The universe is gonna tell you to tell other guys about semen retention. Trust me. You're gonna do it. And they're not going to hear it. They're just not going to hear it because they indoctrinated by it's how many girls you smash. Oh, that's what makes you a man. That's what makes you masculine. When it doesn't, it's just draining you. See, you're the spiritual one, and they're just like really caught up in the matrix. They're the lost one. You know, you trying to lead these lost souls, but they gonna hate on you regardless. They gonna keep hating on you, bro. They gonna be saying that, oh, you soft, you a beta male, oh, you just can't get no girl or nothing like that. When that's not even the case. They only there to discourage you, you know. They're going to be saying everything about you because you chose this journey. You chose to better yourself. And they chose to stay stagnant and complacent where they at. And a lot of times, to be honest, deep down, why you going to get a lot of haters from guys when you try to put them on is because they can't do it. They don't have that discipline to do it. At all. That's why they're going to hit on you, bro. Because they know that for a fact. They cannot go a whole month or probably even a week without letting it out. But you can. You got the mental strength. You developed that. And that was all because of semen retention. You know, you're going to get a lot of haters because these guys out here, they just don't understand. Your body is your temple, you know? You got to treat it well. They don't care nothing about their body because they still stuck in the matrix. They still indoctrinated by society, guys telling them, oh, it's about how many you smash. That's what makes you a man. That's what makes you greater. You know, that's like the main goal, the ultimate goal is how many you smash. And while those guys got that type of mentality, they won't be nowhere in life. But you will be further in life if you take the semen retention serious and you retain. See, you gonna get a lot of haters, man. And don't bother that because they shooting fireworks, so you know what I'm saying? That's what that noise is in the background. But yeah, man, you're going to get a lot of haters. They're going to be telling you, bruh, I don't understand how could a man do that? How can he go that long? You know? They're going to be really trying to get in your head and try to get you in your feelings. But they don't understand. See, semen retention is spiritual. It's more spiritual. You know? It's more spiritual than it is physical. But you're going to be able to tell based off of yourself. You're going to feel everything that comes with semen retention. You know? You're going to see it. You're going to see your skin brighten up. You know? Much brighter. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel much better. But you're going to get a lot of hate for that. You're going to get a lot of hate for this path that you're taking. But you must have to walk by faith and not by sight on this journey. Because the ones that are lost, those are the ones that are damned in the end. You know? In the end, you're gonna have the victory in the end. And it's best to do the semen retention long term, like I said. Long term. You gotta think long term. They're gonna hate on you long term. They're gonna try to knock you off long term. They're gonna try to reprogram you back into the system, into the matrix, long term. While you're on this long journey. You cannot fall for none of the stuff that they saying. You know, because you're going to be telling people about it. How you've been feeling, how you've been more energetic, you know, and all that. How you can work, you know, after you get off work and still put in work. And they're going to still hate on you, man. They gonna hate on you. Because they think what makes you a man is having a lot of sex with different women. That's what they think. That's what the average simp thinks. That's what he thinks. You don't want to be a simp. You want to be an alpha. You want to be a king. You want to be a light to your generation. You want to be the one that lead the pack. You can't lead the pack listening to these haters because they're lost. They just draining themselves. They don't care nothing about their semen. They don't care nothing about their energy level. They don't care nothing about their vibrations or nothing. They don't care nothing about their minds. It decreases the fog, you know, out your mind. It keeps you focused. But they're not focused. They're going to try to say bad things and hate on you because you're focused. They really can't do what you can do. You know, they won't be able to do what you can do. At your job, you probably can work a longer shift than they can. When you get on semen retention, they be like, bro, like what the freak? Like, you still not tired? You know what I'm saying? They'll say that. But you got the knowledge. You got the wisdom. You know what you need to do to work those long hours. You develop self-discipline. You develop faith. You develop hope. You develop confidence. You develop sharp, logical thinking. You develop universal wisdom on this journey. You're going to get a lot of hate, man. You're going to get a lot of hate. They gonna say you're a sucker. You know, they gonna call you all the names. You know what I'm saying? You can't listen to none of that. None of that. Because it's spiritual warfare out here. And they lost. You know? They're not gonna make it to their higher self. They're not gonna reach that. But you are. They're not gonna have universal wisdom like you. The universe is not going to be giving them signals like you. They're not going to have power like you. They're not going to have long-lasting, high-level energy like you. They're not going to know what to do in a situation like you. Like you can get in a situation when you want to retention, you can get in a situation. This is an example. You can get in a situation, right? And the universe is gonna send you signals to know what to do. Like you just gonna naturally know what to do because of what's inside of you, that energy, your vibrations. It's connecting with the universe. You're going to get those subliminal messages like that. They're not going to get that. These haters, do not let them navigate your life. When you're on this semen retention journey, do not let these haters dictate or try to stop you or get in your way or try to down you on this semen retention journey. This is not short term. This semen retention journey is not short term. It's no longer short term. You can make it a lifestyle. You can. These haters, all they're going to do is try to get to the psychological. But by you being on semen retention, they won't be able to stop what you're doing, you know? It's just like you already indoctrinated, you know? Don't let them get to you at all. Because it's going to be a lot of people that just not going to like you. Especially a lot of guys. Because you're going to try to put them on, like I said. They don't think you're a widow, you know. They don't think you're strange. But no. You have became wise. You have became a soldier. You have became a host of the alliance. You have moved up a degree. Every week you retain, every month you retain, I'm going to say every month you retain, you move up a degree. First month, first degree. You know? And then so forth. But I guess I'm going to say that for another video. But yeah, man, you got to stay strong on semen retention. It's going to make you strong. The haters ain't going to be able to stop you. I mean, you're going to be too far gone. You're going to be too far ahead. Their vibration is going to be too low for you to even, you know, be entertaining what they're saying bad about it. Because they don't know nothing about it. They don't understand it. They're too weak to do it. That's the point. That's the whole point. They're too weak to do it. Man, I hope I helped y'all guys out. Keep retaining. Keep being strong. And keep that long-term way of thinking about semen retention. Because haters should motivate you, not destroy you. It's your man Coleman. I'm back at y'all with another video. And I'm out.